feel the heaviness of my soul. Tired, tired. My sluggish senses seem dull. Tired, tired. Heaviness of my soul. I'm What the heck? There's something itching me on my neck. Where's my pillow? Why is this grass here? Is that birds out here? They sound quite near. A cool wind, fresh air. I'm in some other place of fear. I open my eyes to view what's before me. Nothing but fog, I can barely see. What the hell, this is weird. Where did my walls go? My bed's gone in pillow. I don't know what's happening, but I know I'm not in my room though. What's this? Through the mist, I see my walls have been replaced with trees. My floor covered with grass, branches swaying in the breeze. Damn, what's going on? How did I get here? What am I doing in this forest here? I don't remember anything, I feel fine, but how did I get here? What do I do? I have no recollection of coming out here and falling asleep on the forest floor. I don't know where I am, these woods are strange, I've never seen them before. I need to get out of this place, get back where I'm lost, who knows if I'll ever see another human face. I'll just wander through this forest, confused, out of my mind. What the hell is going on? What does this mean? Who knows what I'll find? I've wandered aimlessly through this forest. Fog is amazingly dense. Still no answers for people. This isn't making any sense. I think I'll just wait. What's that sound? Faint human voice. Almost weak, but profound.
White walls all around, the ceiling perfect height. It rests on my chest. In the hall I stumble, narrow, I lean against the steep wall. The light dim, bitter, marching forward. Through the window they enter, unwelcome. The chirping of locusts. White walls and empty space, the floorboards gleam. The ceiling perfect height, it rests on my chest. The window's small, filters moonlight in through the blinds, yet large enough to let them in. And welcome the world outside, which disturbs that endless noise. I sought to escape. White walls and the buzz of a lone fan. Two lights, the rest have burned out long ago. A chair set in a corner for comfort, a mirror to avoid. I wake to mirrors all around and dabble in the art of avoiding my appearance. The ceiling perfect height, it rests on my chest. The walls white in the dim light yellow, the door shut, yet the window open to let them in. My nightmares, they press against my chest. I fight for
Hello?
What is this I see? A strange apparition appearing from within the forest beside himself. So tell me, who might you be if not a phantom born of my imagination? What are you doing? Wandering like a lone sailor lost upon the endless sea.
What do you mean?
Who are you? As can be seen, you are human and thus have a name.
Who am I? Who are you? I ask the same. What are you doing here? What is this place?
Why, this is but a small remote corner of infinite space. Now let me introduce myself. I am Chiron, ferryman of the dead, and you, what health, pale as a corpse. Now you tread through the forest like a delirious savage, while Hades is just across the way. Pray you have the average fare, according to, or else I shan't ferry you. What? I'm just really a petty poet, a starving artist of sorts. It's true, as you can plainly see, I'm headed somewhere to mass further misfortune. Anyway, tell me, who might you be?
Augustus Noble-Court. I'm a grave digger, but that's not important now, cause I'm lost, you see.
Oh, and aren't we all lost, he declares. The wandering poet, actors of roles we do not wish to perform.
No, really, I woke up in the forest and I have no idea where I am.
A gravedigger, a man. I cannot joke with him, he may one day bury me.
No, seriously, I have no time to play, I need to get back.
Indeed, you sound sincere, like Black Death when he appears on one side with a simple, abrupt message. Anyway, I now travel on a footpath which leads to my destination, Thebes, an ancient city where I've heard many a poet dead to the world finds an audience with much imagination. Phantom, you seem displaced, so you might as well follow me.
I have no idea where I am. I don't know. whole thing is quite strange. It feels as if I'm going off into the abyss. This isn't making any sense. First of all, I wake up in a forest and the whole place is really strange. I have no idea where I am, no recollection of anything previous. I feel deranged, misplaced, to a land that isn't familiar to me. Then I find a strange man who beckons me to come and see. Mysterious poet who will be my God, but to where? He says there's a city, but who knows what I'll find there. But really, I don't need to go to a big city. I need to get back now. But I'm afraid that I'm lost and to get back to where I came from. I have no idea how. I don't want to, but I guess I'll follow this poet, but who knows where. But really, I have no options, nothing else to do. This forest will be the death of me if I stay here by myself, mad in my bewildering flume, endlessly questioning the possibilities, trying to find answers for them all. Questioning this existence into the maddening fog I would fall. I must go on, this guide is my own guide. Some way out of these woods I must come. Oh, please help me, you're my only hope. I wonder what he's thinking.
A grave digger. How strange, though the name seems appropriate in terms of my present mind state. Not that himself, but I might as well make do with the one who buries the dead, symbolic in his own right. Or is the grave digger the one who only prepares the burial site? Nonetheless, a most proper symbol worthy of a poet such as I might. He be Shakespeare's comic clown, the grave digger whose final product lasts till doomsday. To him, death is but the pretense for digging in the dirt, when death being the same as any other, merely just another commission for his labor. All the toils of his trade, would he care to know of his employer, who seeks rest in the pit of the grave digger's digging? No, indeed not, where a man to die wishes his sympathy, he shall receive none from the grave digger, who knows nothing of a deceased man's history, save for the fact he is surely up and died. A fitting end for the plebeian who fears death that he died, believing in such an impossibility of avoiding death, though some being of the curious sort, to themselves lacking patience in such matters as death. Lacking patience in such matters as death. Yes, the curious sort, shoot themselves, lacking patience in such matters as death.
The more that I think about it, this place is nice. And the more that I think about it, this place is nice. The more time I spend here, I think I like this place. And the more time I spend here, I think I like this place. And even though this land is foreign to me and almost dream-like, I'm enjoying this nice hike. And even though I'm still confused, set it aside for the lovely trees that I would use under the branches, leaves in the shade. And now that I think about it, this was much better than digging graves back home with that awful spade. So I might as well enjoy myself on this journey before I go crazy and ask myself, why does this always happen to me? Why does this always happen to me? I'll just keep walking in this forest amongst the bushes and the shrubbery. And the more that I think about it, this place is lovely. And the more that I think about it, this place is becoming lovely. And the more time I spend here, I think I like this place. And the more time I spend here, I think I like this place.
Gravedigger, being as you must be familiar with death, I wonder, can he not feel beneath these ancient trees, and under the brilliant sky, death silently brushing his inky hands across this land?
No, not really. Besides the fact of this incredibly strange situation, it's actually quite lovely.
Crushed by his breast, suffocating the sad masses away patiently, as though they serve some sentence decidedly depending on their not dying until the proper time. And what is this proper thing? Is it a crime to shorten one's life sentence for the sake of a notion? Yet the masses lack such a conviction, characteristic of that noble aristocracy, unlike the mediocre, or themselves rather than others. What hypocrisy to demand that we never be idle, we free spirits, the vocal masses are much too idle themselves in their wretched, uncreative, industrious comforts. Fools always in motion, fearing idleness. Such places them in a class with beast of labor, and a class with beast of labor.
Okay, now that that's done, let's continue on a journey. I want to see the city. Let's stop at that stream over there. Isn't it pretty?
No.
Why must you be so cynical now? I see you raise your brow. I hope you did not take me as a fool upon your waiting pool of unhappy thoughts, or so it seems. Tell me, are all poets like this, or is it just my perspective of your unhappy thoughts that seem to gleam? I mean, look at my situation. I have no idea where I am, and I try to keep optimistic for the whole long duration.
All that is missing from your glorious tribute is a few dancing elves and a Bacchus playing upon his flute. Oh, and wonder not about my cynical reveries, such as simply a reflex born of life's druggeries. Had my shadow a being, I'd name it boredom, for such is always by my side. Indeed, I would prefer it be a dead weight attached to my leg, so that like Sifu, I might busy myself and drag it along in my journeys.
Well, it seems you have a bad outlook on life. My apologies. Wait, what's that winged creature in the trees?
And the wind, now a steady breeze.
What is this? Dark bird overhead. This raven.
Dark, somber form, inky black wings.
Flies above us, almost haunting. I'm scared. what that was all about, and I doubt that it was just a mere insignificant event, and how that raven looked at us and that way it went, flying so close as if it were trying to tell us something. And that peculiar wind that came out of nowhere and would sing, and it seems that my guide is comforted by all this taking place, but it's spooky and I think that he can see it on my face, and once again this is weird and it doesn't make any sense. Well, we must go on to that city, but now I think I see it in the distance. I think that could be it in the distance.
The city. Is that Thebes? It must be. I've seen that sight before. It's so familiar, yet so strange.
What is that up ahead? Is that, could it be? But it looks so dead. That can't be what I came all this way for. It's so dreary, there has to be more, but it's like what I've always heard about before. I couldn't imagine it till I see the darkest god. I know it deep down, this is it. But it's even more profound when I see it lit, as if by a warning lightning striking by perpetual cloud above this city, almost frightening. But I don't feel terror, just wonder. Mysterious city in the distance, dark and making my ears imagine thunder.
So what do you think about this, my guy? What do I think of this grand sight? Perhaps nothing like the comforts of the night. It is all too familiar to me. I fear my memory is all too aware to mistake a sight, a sound, an experience as something new. And whenever an image is found, a remnant of something felt prior. As you think in terms of mystery, I see little in this image of the city, but the product of human toil, the ever-present modern oppression born in a ripe soil of dead ideals. But the rest, can you picture the city as its swollen chest heaves, each lamp lit for the approaching darkness?
It's hard to imagine such a place I've never seen before. I don't know what to think, but I just get a weird sense
Of what? Thieves and craven prostitutes on lit alleyways and cobblestone walks, slanted roofs and black chimney tops.
Nah, it's just the city is different from others I've seen before. And you mean to tell me this is where we're going to?
Yes, this form in the distance is Thebes, our destination, it's true.
Well, I hope I find what I'm looking for there, so hopefully I can make sense of all of this.
Don't expect so much from the city. Ah, what a wish, Augustus.
What is this place my God has brought me to? So strange, so quiet, but at the same time it's not calm. Trouble Hollow City. What is the reason for this? Why must I come here? What is that little voice I feel? Could it be fear? Perhaps I'll find a way to get back home, or perhaps I'll be even more lost, free to roam under the starry dome. Forever I'll be here, but nah, snap out of it. That city is where I need to be. I cannot quit. My God has brought me here for a reason, but still my insides hiss. That city in the distance is strange. I have a funny feeling about this.
How strange it must be, all words, all passionate speech, the noise that disturbs the break up silence, procure a boring thought. I ought not to be earning my keep as an instrument of dull speech. Yet can a city truly be so serene? Each form I see in the distance seems so impossibly foreign. The wind screams and I cannot hear it. I shall try to appear composed, but my distorted senses betray not the slightest bit of indifference, and thus I cannot truthfully say I think nothing of this somber city. With each step, Thebes looms closer.
breathless in the puddle gaps. Light fades, the night approaches unstoppingly, but it's light enough to reflect. My shadow copies me. Darkness moves closer every minute, every second. Blackness moves closer to me, in me. My mind beckons that I should be lost in the midst of a bewildering wandering. Being lost in the midst of being lost in the midst of fog. Why am I pondering? I'll just drift off.
It's getting harder to see. Augustus is no longer near me.
Poet, where might you be? Fog is so thick, I really can't see.
Augustus! Augustus! Where are you?
As soon as I step foot into the city, I got a strange feeling the rain started. Skin crawled, it's as if our souls departed. It seems like there is nothing here, no sound, nothing in the city. Abandonment, except for the ever-present puddles on the ground. I feel scared about losing my guide, but maybe we'll find somebody. I must go on, I want to hide. I have the sensation to hide.
Slowly I lift the thin veil of the city disguised in a gray murky fog, revealing to my horror an empty abyss where people should be the blank streets and dark windows glare back a menacing stare. Indifferent, I alone figure motionless, hold the mirror to the city's image which reflects only the fog. The absence of man seems inconceivable. What right do I have to be here? As a man I too should be absent. Such petty reasoning. Turning to my strange companion, I see he notices not my horror. The city purge of all human possibility, human toil, now that would light up these avenues. My shadow illuminated by the hazy moon stretches across the street. A vagrant slouched figure, I mumble incoherently. Surely I see phantoms parading to work, an artisan seated in a bustling cafe. Every building, window, avenue useless. I lose myself in a crowd of pedestrians that does not exist. Hearing the hum of automobile traffic, I retreat to a quiet park strewn with old newspapers. Ah, what is this? Can this silent city be so oppressive that I sink into my daily ritual? An illusion of comfort. I cannot cope. I brace myself against a wall for support and listen. Mute city, gaping hole, dark abyss. The murky fog so thick, I wonder where Augustus might be. Strange gravedigger, emptiness. Has he gone crazy too? Does he see the things I see in this dark city? Dark city.
What about now? It's getting hard to see. I don't know where to go, where I should be. Okay, Augustus, stay calm. Never mind, that's what on your palm. It's just humidity, try to see, but it's as if the fog is alive, trying to make a way difficult. It's evil, it wants it, and as a result, I lost my guide in the mist. I'm worried, sweat drops from my hand as I clench my fists. I don't know where to go, but I'll pick a direction to find my guide, my protection. I'm worried, I can't let my imagination go too far into the fog. My frightened brain is clogged. In this dark town, no comfort around these corners. I anxiously await the possibilities of finding my guide in clear minds and clear roads and stability. But cursed fog, what a disaster I have found. Nobody but terror and myself in this awful town. But now that I think about it, it's as if I haven't seen anyone since the time this whole thing that seemed like a dream had begun. Nobody but my God, and now we're separated. Where could it be in this awful cursed life that I know we hated? I'm lost in this dark town, dreadful, lonesome. I would choose a company of that strange poet, even though I don't know where he came from. There's nobody here, but I slightly sense someone. Perhaps I should find but one person who lives here. I'll cautiously go near for fear another awful event will take place, but I'll stay back and creep through the fog just in case. Get a slight glimpse of a human, some contact. Perhaps things will make sense. But I cautiously tiptoe in the dark, hazy fog and all, Pretend myself invisible, sliding along the walls. Who has that up ahead? It looks like a human figure, but at the same time it's so dead. Every time I get enough of a chance to see this person, it's just a glance. Disappearing behind every corner, I miss him. It's hard to see this ghostly figure, lights dim.
The city, thief, you have stolen the gestures of man and manifested them in my imagination. I swear the city's not entirely empty, for I sense something nearby, something in the shadows behind that half-open doorway, peering forth from that dark window, watching me.
Straight ahead I see him clearly, entering that building as if to flee. I wonder if he noticed me. I'm afraid to follow him, but I must. Up those stairs, I dare to trust.
To think death could induce so many, except myself. Death has kept me at a distance, forlorn, with weak lungs, melancholic thoughts, and a minor talent for poetry. It can only be death that has taken them all. What possibly else is so certain as death? If it were not so, I'd invent a cause and call it death.
Hello? Excuse me, dark figure.
Is that you, Augustus? Masked by the fog, have you followed me all this way?
Oh, what a relief, it's just you. I thought I was following a resident of the city, I say.
Impossible, this place is vacant. One only imagines such things.
You mean you saw no one? No company the city brings?
Indeed, either we're mad with strange visions, or we are perfectly sane and this place is empty.
My God, what does this mean? I didn't see anyone either. What's wrong with the city?
Such questions you must answer yourself, for I must depart.
What do you mean by all this? I'll be hopelessly lost, just as I was at the start.
Augustus, goodbye.
Wait, but why? 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 What's going on here? This is strange. What is the meaning of this sudden change? Wait, what is he doing over there? Besides that window with that sad stare, his countenance is sinking. I wonder what he's thinking.
These memories, mine now. Feeling sick, I lean against the wall. I collapse, clutching my belly. Shrill laughter in spite of the swirling ceiling and my wretched pain. Feeble body, a cunning glance towards that phantom. What little he understands. Absurd, cause I wish to believe this floor, this window, all once had some purpose, some human meaning. The open window, and a dark raven now resting on the edge, watching me stretch along the floor like some throwaway rug. How free this raven, how he comes and goes of his own will. Why, it must be death, I must greet him. I may be free yet, I know what he desires, my death. The joint is comforting company. The window, seeing a large opening in the wall, I spit into it. Nothing, so I throw a penny into it. Nothing, so I throw myself into it. And here, nothing, I just fall. It absorbs me. Resting on the pavement, a collapsed mute form.
No! Why did you do that? Why did you have to go? Look at him on the ground. He's not breathing, he won't come around. I know it, he's motionless, not a hiss, I'm sure. Nothing but the mist and my own whispers. What the hell, why does this always happen to me? I saw what I saw, it's not an illusion I see, or hopefully not optical delusion I flee. Cause surely I'm okay and I'm not going crazy. Or maybe I am, but probably not, I don't know. My thoughts are getting too grim. I should go down and check him, cause he fell a long distance out that window by the raven. But now that I think about it, he kept looking at that blackbird while he was standing there, quite absurd. Oh, what a calamity that I feel, but he's dead. Even more than that feeling, my feeling senses some dread.
about death and sorrow. Now I'm by myself in this town, and I sense no one is here, and there are no human sounds. In this dark city, death gives off such a lonely pitch, but now that more than ever I'm realizing a rising stench. And it smells like rotting flesh, but there are no humans around. This is strange, I can't walk, but I keep falling to the ground. Why do I feel so dizzy in this dark city? All by myself, things are getting pretty. Cause I see gargoyles moving on those buildings, I'm hallucinating. My imagination's affected by the fog into creating this feeling of being hunted or haunted. But nothing is here to go back home, that's what I wanted. To go back into the graves, I plead. To get out of this strange land, I don't even know how I came to be. But it's even worse than that, cause I don't know how to get back. I'm lost in this gothic city, and the whole place is black. Black, 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 black. Perpetual night, all I feel is fright, but it's even more spooky cause this whole city is abandoned, and I have a dead friend. And now I feel goosebumps appearing on my skin. Hair crawls on my neck. What's that sound over there like whispers? What the heck? I know nobody is here but my own fears, but I feel so scared I may break down in tears. What is that? Who goes there? Am I gonna die? But my guide is already dead, and so is everybody else in this town, so why should I care? But it feels like my soul is being ripped out by this nightmare. Oh God, I hope this is just a dream, but my darkest fears have been confirmed, cause I pinch myself and I'm not redeemed. I've walked for hours of the night, and in spite of the blood dripping off the walls, I think I'm alright. I'm surely out of my mind, cause over and over again I've noticed someone following me from behind. And as I look to see a multitude of shadows lurking in the dark, my pale skin is splattered in blood marks. I hear the harmonious hums of the ghosts chanting me to the grave. Oh, how I wish I could dig my own, the only way to save. I'm horrified knowing that I might have pushed him out the glass, but he was suicidal, he could have jumped right when the raven passed. I don't know, am I in hell? Did I kill my god? Cause this fog is entering me and rotting on my insides. Black eyes horrified, my body's turning cold, and the rain's replaced with blood. And the puddles on the ground I found have turned to a small red flood, and footprints splashing in the blood coming towards me with nobody visible I see. And more phantom shadows chanting and surrounding me, hounding me, knowing that they want to be drowning me in this blood. My God, I look to the sky and ask why am I going crazy with phantasm torture? When will I wake up? Why can't I die? Am I awake? Was I dreaming?
Awash and set adrift on the molten metal sea of silver. My peers, contemporaries, indifferent peers, who care for nothing, a petty failure then. I am other, dead to myself, dreaming under the azure sky of fragments in the profound, thoughts profane, and a misunderstood word, a miracle. Suggestions for those who dip hand and foot and even head into this brilliant sea. Awash and set adrift, do not swim but let yourself drift. As with that broken boat, let it sink down, down further till the dark depths envelope and suffocate.